Western Colorado's best rock, 95 Rock. It's Nate Wild, and man, I am so privileged to be joined by a guy who's going to be playing Las Colonias Amphitheater tonight with his band Everclear. It is the man, Art Alexakis. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Really good. Now that you pronounce my name right, everybody. That doesn't happen very often.
I'm so happy. Alexakis. No, yeah, Alexakis.
Yeah,
but I know this.
Yeah, but people butcher it. But you know what? That's cool. Thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah, man, absolutely. This is a huge treat for me. As we were talking on the way up here, I'm a huge Everclear fan, and I found out today that you guys just re-released the first Everclear album. Originally came out in '93.
We made it in '92, so it's 30 years.
Okay, so that's technically 30 years old now.
Yeah.
That's World of Noise. There was most of the songs I'd heard because I had all these like imports and things, from back in the day, and it sounds great, man. Tell me about the record a little bit, if you could.
Well, in 1992, I started Everclear. I just moved to Portland, Oregon from San Francisco with my then pregnant girlfriend, with our daughter Annabella, who was born in June. Actually, her birthday's in a couple weeks now. And we played in the clubs. We had a hard time getting gigs because we're all from other places, and it's kind of cliquey, and we didn't have friends in the other bands. And towards the end of the year, I was digging out a garden for extra money from a friend of my wife's from her work, or my girlfriend from her work. And there's this guy all these hipster-looking guys going into this basement next door, and I'm like, yeah, it's got to be a drug deal, right? At this point, I'm 2 years clean. And I'm like, that's a drug deal. And the guy came out and he looked at me over the fence, and I waved at him, and he said, hey, you're that dude from that band Everclear, right? You play in the clubs. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, want to see my studio? I go, you got a studio? So he showed me the studio. It was 4-track, quarter inch, 8-track, super cheap, $10 an hour. I go, would you take anything in trade? He goes, I'm looking for a delay, and I'm looking for a reverb unit, and I got exactly that sitting at home in a case. I just went home and got it and brought it back, and he wrote me out a thing and said, here's for 40 hours, I'll give you $400 in trade for it. And I'm like, and we recorded the whole record, sent it to South by Southwest, got accepted, made a bunch of tapes before we left town, sent them out to gigs, to venues, papers, all over the Northwest. By the time we got back from Texas, people were writing about it and talking about it, and we had like 25, 30 offers for shows in the Northwest. And that's what started it for us. And about a little over a year after that, we got signed to Capitol. But we spent that whole year just playing and playing and touring and playing. And that's been the story. But, I thought I had lost all those tapes. I thought I lost the original tapes. Capitol had put out Spark One Pit when they signed us in '94, but they had mastered it not very well in my estimation, and it just sounded really thin and not good. But they only had a license on it, so I didn't renew their license in '99, so it's never been on digital platforms or anything like that, or vinyl, because at the time no one was making vinyl. Actually, we did make vinyl, but they only made like 200 pieces of vinyl.
Okay.
Back in '94. Anyways, long story short, I found the original tapes in storage about 4 months ago. I remastered them, and what you got now is the way the record should have sounded originally.
Very cool.
It sounds great.
Man, yes, it does. Yes, it does. It was such a treat listening to it and listening to the bonus material. And so I mentioned to you earlier, I'm a guitar player too. I'm a musician also, and I'm not blowing smoke. You're my favorite songwriter of all time. I mean, your lyrics, the melodies, and I just got to ask, as an Everclear fan, an Art Alexakis fan. Yeah. How do you write a song? I mean, some of them are autobiographical, obviously. Some of them not so much.
About a third.
Okay.
About a third or less are like straight up autobiographical. And then about a third I take from different things in my life, but I'll take different things that happen or things that happen to other people, and I'll make, composites of characters and that aren't really me. But I like singing and writing from the first person, so it all sounds autobiographical and personal. And then a third of the songs I just come up with.
Okay.
And some of those are the most personal songs people freak out on. Heroin Girl.
Yeah.
Just came up with it. Song called song called Queen of the Air. That's
I know that.
Fate.
Yep.
Yeah. I've had so many people apologize and say, man, sorry about your mom jumping off the bridge. I go,
right.
My mom did jump off a bridge.
How about Learning How to Smile, the trip to Vegas and throwing the keys inside the window?
I just wrote that song.
It's a beautiful song. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites, too, that I've written, sure.
Very cool.
And we're going to try and play it tonight. My voice can hold up. It's a hard one.
Nice.
We'll try.
I'm so excited, man. Well, once again, we're talking to Art Alexakis from Everclear. They're playing Las Colonias Amphitheater tonight. We're going to come back and